Hi guys, and welcome to Visual C++ of a calculator project developed using 2017. You might be wondering why another calculator. It's actually at the request of this guy here. It's known as Creative Channel. Let me show you guys his details right here. Captain Paul, please help me to create a calculator in Visual C++ 2017 or 2019. Please, is a project to be submitted. The problem is I cannot create a form using 2017 or 2019. Please try to understand. God bless you, my captain. Thank you. God bless you too, man. Okay, that's why I decided to take this on board and see what we can do to help him out. First of all, let's check out the backspace. Let's enter some other values in there. Multiply that by 2, divide by whatever. There. So the calculator works as expected. Even the plus and minus works too. You can see that. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Visual Studio 2017 development environment, and for your information, the 2017 also works well with 2019. Okay, I don't have the right resources for 2019, and that's why I'm using 2017. And I will also show you guys some data from the forum where you will understand how to actually create a form. So let's go into Visual Studio 2017 now. Okay, we're back in 2017 now. So what I'm going to do is click on File right there, and then we select the project. Okay, this dialog box pops up. So what we need to do is to select Visual C++ and select CLR. Right inside CLR, select CLR empty project. And then we have to give our project a name. So I'm just going to call it calculator, or I just call it iCalculator, and click on OK. Okay, right there, that's how my form is looking now. So what you have to do is make sure you select the name of your project right there, and you select the properties, or you can always right click and select the properties. Once you select the properties, this dialog pops up. So the next thing you need to do is to select the linker. Look at it right here. Okay, click on the linker, drop it down, and then select system. Right inside the system here, you see where we have subsystem. Come right in there, drop that down, and let's select Windows/subsystem Windows. Click on that. The next thing we want to do now is to go to the advanced. Right there inside the advanced, you see where we have endpoint. We want our endpoint to be main. You can give it whatever name you want, but I'm just going to call mine main. Click on apply and click on OK. Once that is done, this is what happened. Nothing. Now right click on your project name again. Once you right click on your project name again, select add and add new item. Add new item dialog pops up. Now you need to select the UI right there. Click on the UI and let's select Windows Forms. I'm going to leave the name as myform.h. Click on add. There we go. You will get this error. myform.h design will give you an error. Close that. That's no problem. All of this information, you should be able to see it on the forum page that I'm going to show to you guys right now. There. Okay, right inside the forum, how to upload, install, and those are the steps that I'm following right now. I've already done this, and this is done, and we are right here now. Okay, then the next thing is we're going to close this and copy this. I'm going to copy all the information in here. Okay, So once that is copied, alright, I'm gonna close this. So the next thing is I need to come straight here and look for myform.cpp right there. Okay, double click on myform.cpp. You should be able to find myform.cpp or whatever you call yours right underneath here. So double click on that, and right there. So come right underneath and paste the lines of code that we just copied. And right here, these are the lines of code that I copied from that forum. Now I need to change the name of my file, and the name of my file is called iCalculator. So I'm just going to enter iCalculator. And right there, double click on that. There we go. And these two errors should disappear. You see that? That's gone. So I'm going to save that. Now, okay, let's give it a try and see. So I'm going to click on run. And right here, guys, that's my form. The form is now developed. So all we need to now do is to close the whole system, and I'm going to reopen the entire system so that we can then develop the calculator interface itself. Okay, right there, that is my calculator. So I'm going to now click on it. So I will reopen it again. And right here, this is how the interface look like, and here you should be able to see your form within the header file there. So I'm going to drop that down, double click on the form. There we go. That is the empty form. And if you guys can still recall the myform.cpp, that's where we have the codes. Okay, we don't really need this one for now. We just need the form. So I'm now going to define the size of this form. So let's come into where we have size here. The choice is yours, whatever you want to make your own size. So I'm just going to kind of like set it to about 362 by 462. That will be the height and the width. Press enter. That's it right there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is to go to the tools. You should be able to see your tools. If you can't see that, you can always go to Windows and just reset your layout. So click on tools, drop that down, double click on a button. I need a couple of buttons. I'm going to need about 20, and I will also need a text box. So let's go for text box there, and that text box, and this is right there. Just select both of them, and I'm just going to enhance the font size of those two objects. So let's make it bold and 20. That's good enough for me. There. We'll move that down. And you see this text box. Let's change that. You see that little rectangle? Change it to multi-line so that we can always define the size how we want it. Alright. So what about the button? I'm going to kind of like set the button. Let's see what size we have now. Alright, just bring it down a little bit more. Maybe make this about 66. Right, I don't want it to be too long. Okay. Alright, I need a couple of these buttons, so I'm going to copy, hold on to your control, click and drag. And repeat that again. There we go. Select it all, click and drag, and repeat exactly the same thing. I'm going to need one more layer of those buttons. There. Right, my buttons are ready. Okay, let me take care of this very one first. So in there, I'm just going to, the name is going to be BTN7, and the text content is going to be 7. So let's come right down to where we have the text here. Enter 7 in there. and we can even click on this and just enter 8, 9. That's a plus sign. Subtract 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's make that multiply. Division here will be equals decimal point, and we enter 0 here, there, and this very one should be 8 and 9 here. While we make this CE, C, this is going to be plus minus, and that's going to be backspace. Right, now let's go into Word. I like to copy the interface, the icon for the backspace and the plus minus in Word. Okay, let's see Word document. So I'm going to click on Word. Alright, make sure you select insert and you go for symbol, and right inside the symbol, this is what we need. You need Wingent, but first of all, inside the Microsoft we have the plus minus there. I'm going to insert that. So now let's come right down to Wingent here, W, there we go. I need the sign, this very sign, insert. Okay, so I'm now going to copy that, Control C, copy it, come right down here, select that, and go straight to the text property, paste that in there. You should see a dot sign there. Alright, that's good. Now let's go and change the font type. Go to the font right there and change that to Winging. Let's enter W, there we go. There, that's taken care of. Now the plus minus, that we don't need to change the font size because we have the same type in here. So come right down here, go to where we have the text. There we go, that's taken care of. Now select the text box and change that to TXT display. Right, that's cool. This one is BTN7, and I'm going to now change this to BTN8. We have 8 here, we have 9 here, we have plus here, our addition, BTN addition, BTN subtract, and so on. So I'm just going to speed that up so you guys know how to take care of that. Okay, now that we're finished with the naming of each component on the form, the next thing I like to do is I'm going to select all the numeric objects or buttons. I will now come right here. You see where we have the events? Look at it right there. Click on that, and I need the event that is click. Look at it, click event. So let's give that a name. I'm just going to make up a name for it. I'm going to call it numbers only, and just press enter, and right there, that is my new event procedure area. Okay, so before I continue, what I'd like to do is to declare some global variables. So right here, I'm going to declare a double variable, and that will be for my first number, comma, second number, and the third one will be for answer. There, I will also declare another one that's going to be a string. Okay, and I will just call that, let's go for I operator right here. So I'm going to say I OP, which stands for operator. Okay, I operator, that's just the name of that, my string variable. And right in here, this is for the buttons, the events that I'm going to use for those buttons. If you guys can still recall, remember, come in here, select all of those buttons together, and right here, that's the name of the button. All you just need to do is press enter, and that will take you to the procedural area. And in there, the first thing I like to do is to create an object button, and this object button, I'm going to call it num equals, let's say, save underscore cast less than button, and the next thing is we need to get a sender involved. So let's say sender, that'll be sender there. Now we're going to use an if statement here. Let's say if, open a bracket, txt display dash text equals, in this case because we're comparing, it has to be double equals 0. Then we come in here, enter a coil braces, and in there we just say txt display dash text equals num, which is the variable that I declared up there, text. There we go. Else if, what's gonna happen, I might as well just copy this instead of repeating it over and over. So right underneath, I'm going to use else, enter coil braces, txt display equals txt display plus num dash text. Right, and that takes care of the numbers from 0 to 9. So we can always save that and just run it so that you guys see what I'm talking about. Click on run. Alright, so let's try out the numbers. You see that, guys? There we go. It's working as I want. But one other thing is I would like it to be aligned right, so I'm going to close that. So let's go straight into the text box. Select the text box. Let's come right down here, and in here I'm going to enter 0 first, and let's come right down here. You see text align, we want it to be right. Okay, that's cool. Now that is taken care of. Okay, let's repeat exactly the same thing for the operators. Okay, select all of the arithmetic operators and let's go straight to the event. And in there, you see where we have click event. I'm going to change the name of that one to arithmetic OP. Now press enter. So that's my arithmetic operator there. Press enter, and in here I'm going to just copy this button object, paste it right in there. But I'll change this name. You see this very name? I'm going to change it to AOP. That's arithmetic operator. So that's the new object in there. So now let's make use of these variables. You see the very first one here, first number. So if I'll copy that, I'll paste that right underneath here, press enter. First number equals, let's say it's double, and we want that, we want it to pass whatever we have inside txt display in here, the text, we want it to pass it straight into this variable. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is txt display itself. We want to clear out whatever we want in there, or whatever that is in there, get it cleared there. And our operator, this very one, we now want it assigned inside the I operator. Okay, the I operator is a global variable for a char. Okay, so this is for arithmetic operator. I don't want you guys to get confused. So maybe we should just call that char operator. Char operator. Make it uppercase. Okay, char operator. So the char operator would bring that down in here. I had to change that so that you guys don't get confused. Equals arithmetic operator, this one, A operator, whatever we have in there. The A operator in this case is more or less like whatever we have on the buttons. So that should be, yeah, that's fine. Okay, now that's taken care of. Let's increase the font size so that you guys can see it properly. So the operators are all taken care of. Now, okay, let's take care of another operator here, maybe just these two. Double click on that and press enter in there. So in the case of that, I'm just going to change that to 0. Come in here, paste, and enter 0 in there. Now repeat the same thing for the other one. Double click on that, press enter there. Now let's take care of the dot. Double click on the dot, press enter. In the case of the dot, I'm going to use an if statement. If txt display, let's say it contains dot 0. This should be if not. Okay, make sure you have a not there. That's a not, and press enter. Then txt display equals txt display plus the dot sign there. So that should take care of the dot function. So in this case, if not txt display contains this, then txt display should be appended with the dot sign. Else don't do any other thing. Okay, so if you save and run, let's try that out. So if we come in here, enter whatever number we can, yeah. Okay, let's try another dot. You see, it's not gonna work, so that's fine. Okay, all of these are working now. We need to take up these, and this. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So close that. Okay, let's have a go at the backspace. Double click on the backspace, press enter. And I'm going to use an if statement. So first thing first, let me just maybe copy all of this and paste it in here anyway. There we go. And the backspace, in this case, that has to be length, not contain. So let's say length greater than 0. Okay, that is for the, that should be uppercase. Alright, then get rid of not. So that's txt dot text dot length is greater than 0. In that case, txt display plus or equals. Then let's remove everything we have in here, and we say remove and close that whatever we have inside the text box itself. Copy that, paste it in here. Then that will be for the length as well. Right in here, and let's say -1, 1 there. think that should take care of the backspace. Right, that takes care of the backspace, I believe. Okay, let's come right down. But in the case of the backspace, if I keep clicking on the backspace, what will happen is the text will disappear on the text box. Let's see. So we enter some value in here and you keep clicking. There we go. There, nothing. So let's do something about this. So I'm going to come in here and double click on the text box itself. Double click on the text box, and that is when the text change, or when it changes, what we want is let's copy this and paste that in here. Using the if statement, if the text box, get rid of that, is equals to nothing. Okay, get rid of all of that. If it's equals to nothing, what we're gonna do, so this should be double equals here, and in that case we want you to replace whatever we have in there with 0 if it's equals to nothing. There, and that should sort out the whole problem with that. So if this equals nothing, replace it with 0. So let's run it again and see how it's going to look like. There we go. So we can enter some value in there now and get rid of that. There we go. Look, it's working now, so that's fine. Close that. Now the next thing we want to do is let's take care of plus minus. Enter that. Plus minus in some cases contains something. So let's say if this dot contains something, and close that. And what does it contain? Let's assume this time around it contains subtract. And close that. Now txt display equals txt display, and we also want it to remove whatever we have in there. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it in here, and that will be remove 0 1. Okay, else txt display, let's enter our coil braces there, else txt display equals minus plus txt display. There we go. I think that should take care of that. So that should officially take care of txt display. If you look at this code, my man, is very similar to the one I used 6 years ago. Okay, apart from few changes. So let's give that a try now. So we can select whatever, and plus minus, that's it. So all we need to do now is to take care of equals. Right, in the case of equals, okay, double click on the equals button and write in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call second num, the variable declared up there, equals double, and in there would like to pass as follows. There we go. And what I will pass in is going to be txt display by text there, and I'm just going to close that up here. Right, press enter, and let's use an if statement. If my operator, if you guys can still remember the operator I have right up there is called char operator. Let's go back up here because I remember changing the name. That's it right there, char operator. Let's go right down. If char operator equals the plus sign, this is what we want the system to do. Now we want answer to be equals first number plus second number. There. And txt display the text equals, let's say, system convert and we want it to convert it to string. And what are we converting to string? We're converting whatever data we have in here. Paste that in there and semicolon there. So that should take care of that. Now I'm going to use else if to take care of the other operators. So let's enter else if. Else if it's subtract, then everything here will be subtracted. Copy that again, that takes care of the subtract. And let's take care of the multiplication. Changes to multiplication, and this become multiplication. And finally we take care of division. That's division, and this will be division. There. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to save and run. Click on yes. Okay, now let's try this out. 8 plus 52. Okay, divide that by, okay, plus minus, multiply that by 9. There we go. Okay, let's see our backspace. Right. You see that, guys? So the whole system is working as we expected. There we go. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. But before I leave, the form, the code that converted the form will be added to the description area, and I also include a link to the forum where you guys will get more information about creating a form using Visual C++ 2017. And for those of you who are members of my channel, you are welcome to send me an email, and I would actually appreciate if you guys can become a member of the channel. That helps a great deal. And please do subscribe. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.